Release Chantal!
Release Chantal!
Release Chantal!
Thank you. Welcome. My name is Damien. I'm a member of Kalikasan Solidarity Organization. We are an environmental justice Filipino solidarity org, standing alongside indigenous people, peasants, and land defenders in the Philippines. We are a proud member of the International Coalition for Human Rights in the Philippines, or iShirt Oregon.
Hi, and I'm Ez with Buy in Oregon, a multi-sectoral alliance of workers, migrants, women, artists, and militant youth fighting for national sovereignty and genuine democracy in the Philippines. And we are all here today to demand the immediate release of Chantal Anoushiravani, who is currently in the custody of the armed forces of the Philippines. After a week of global demands, it is clear that the collective action of the masses were the decisive push in surfacing Chantal. As seen in footage released this morning, the flyers of our campaign were directly in the hands of the AFP in a seemingly staged rescue of Chantal. Chantal Anoushiravani is a beloved 24-year-old Filipina community leader from the United States who is deeply engaged in the causes of overseas Filipino welfare and human rights. She has done no wrong but to live with compassion for Filipinos facing hardship and strife, from migrant workers to indigenous Mangyan communities in Mindoro. Chantal went missing after the AFP, Armed Forces of the Philippines, launched a deadly assault on the community of Abra de Ilog, where she was integrating with the indigenous Mangyan people to better understand their conditions and help conduct relief work with communities facing environmental disasters and poverty. During the attack on January 1st, the Armed Forces of the Philippines deployed at least 4 attack helicopters, dropped at least 12 aerial bombs, and then strafed the area for several hours, shooting machine gun fire into the community from above. And the AFP claims that this was an encounter with the New People's Army, even though the MPA declared a ceasefire lasting from December 25th to January 1st for the holidays. The bombings had killed 5 people, including 3 Mangyan children and a student researcher named Geraldine Doidora. It has also resulted in the displacement of 188 families. Today is a global day of action to demand Chantal's release and express our outrage over Marcos Jr.'s fascist attacks on the people of Mindoro. And today we celebrate that our movement has already forced the military to surface Chantal, and we must now intensify our efforts to ensure she is safely released.
Repeat after me. Defend! Defend! Defend Mindoro!
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 And up next, we have Mitra from Senator Merkley's office to share a statement with us today.
Thank you, folks, for inviting us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the work that you're doing. Just a few words from the Senator. Senator Merkley appreciates the passion and commitment of everyone who is attending here today to stand up for human rights in the Philippines. Our team is seeking additional information regarding Chantal's disappearance so that possible next steps could be considered. The Senator believes all people worldwide, both here in the United States and in the Philippines and throughout the world, deserve to live safely with dignity and respect, and he has championed those values in his role on the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. Senator Merkley knows that across the globe, journalists, civil society activists, environmental advocates, and everyday people who speak truth to power are increasingly coming under attack, both in their own countries and abroad. Congress must strengthen efforts to support the human rights defenders who work to make sure governments respect the rights of people they are supposed to serve, and that those who trample on those rights and enrich themselves through corruption are held accountable by their abuses. The Senator is currently leading an effort in the Senate calling for Secretary of State Marco Rubio to use the opportunity of the 75th anniversary of the 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty to encourage the administration to raise human rights, good governance, and accountability for human rights violations in conversations at all levels with the current Marcos administration. Thank you again for having us, and I look forward to continuing to support these efforts, and thank you for letting us be here.
Got it? Ah, sit down. I don't know who's going next. Who's up next?
Thank you, Mitra. We appreciate your presence here, your expression of the condemnation of the human rights violations, and we hope to see an additional response from your office explicitly expressing solidarity with the people of Mindoro and the release of Chantal. Up next, we have Paz, a powerful youth organizer from Kabataan Alliance. Please welcome her up.
Magandang hapon! My name is Paz, and I'm the Regional Coordinator of Kabataan Alliance Oregon. KA Oregon is a regional body of Kabataan Alliance, a national alliance of over 70 Filipino youth and student organizations dedicated to educating, uniting, and acting to bring positive change for our kababayan here in the US and back home in the Philippines. Chantal is a fierce youth leader, having made such an impact on youth in her home in the DMV, but also all across the country with the people she's met and the countless youth that have learned her story in just a short couple of days. Across the country, youth are hearing Chantal's story and feeling the weight of her bravery, feeling the fire that she embodies, and feeling called to take action. With the news of her surfacing, we emphasize that Chantal must not be put under any form of torture, interrogation, threat, harassment, and intimidation from the hands of any unit of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Her rights must be respected at all times. We must grow beyond today to ensure that she is released and that the communities that she went to serve are given justice. With that in mind, I want to say that Chantal embodies the qualities of fearless youth. I met Chantal briefly during our immersion trip in 2024. During our exposure trip, we heard stories of and witnessed the immense poverty and landlessness of our people, the continuous struggle of our people to assert their democratic rights, and the fierce strength of our kababayan to achieve a better future. Despite these harsh conditions and the dangers of attacks on our own people through the Armed Forces of the Philippines, Chantal saw the situation of our people, correctly analyzed the problems and the solutions, and decisively went to learn and support the communities facing these conditions. On the last few days of our trip, as we were all debriefing on what we wanted to take home, our struggles, our hopes, and our dreams, it was this time that helps me completely understand the nature of Chantal's character, her love, her fire, and her hope for our people. I asked exposurists to write in my journal on the last day of our trip, Chantal included. And with that, she wrote, Paz, in this brief time of immersing ourselves to be with and closer to the people, I hope your understanding of the problems has been deepened, and that marching with the United Youth, workers, women, peasantry, artists, and others in the struggle for free Philippines and liberated Filipino brings you the courage to march fiercely in Oregon, with a left fist raised and held high. I am so excited for what you can share with all that you've learned here in the Philippines, especially with your mom. Know that you are making them proud. I look forward to meeting them through your organizations. See you again for sure. From Chantal. Chantal shows us that there are two paths to choose in life. To accept the system for what it is and to accept our role in it, or to actively decide to contribute to the change that we want to see in the world. Any contribution, big or small, if for the people, is immeasurable. For some, it starts and continues through learning more and educating themselves on our people, culture, and history. For others, like Chantal, it can go as far as going back home to be part of that change. As youth, kabataan, we have the responsibility to use our energy, our sharp minds, and our passion to serve the people. We have the ability to use our skills to help our communities, to move beyond the individual and to serve the whole. We must take up the call to serve our people, to help build a better world, not only for ourselves, but for all those who come after us. Let us take Chantal's story and fighting spirit for our people and understand that we are no different. Mga kabataan, we have to go home now more than ever to see the people, to be among them. We must feel our rage and our emotions and see ourselves in the struggle, for it is this rotten system that forces our people abroad in the first place. It is this system that robs us of our land, our culture, our language, and our connection to one another. It is this system that separates our families, slaughters our kababayan, and robs us of a dignified future. We should see these increasing attacks on our people and not be afraid, but be emboldened to fight back together. Be like Chantal, fight like Chantal. It is the youth that are the lifeblood of our movement, of our people, and it is our responsibility to take up the mantle of change and find the leaders in all of us. Let us continue to grow this movement and build a rising wave that sweeps away this world for the next. Thank you. Palayain si Chantal!
Palayain si Chantal!
Release Chantal!
Release Chantal!
Thank you.
And up next, we have a cultural, Kung Saan Tumangging Manahimik ang Lupa, written by Louis Quiano, swiftly after hearing the news of Mindoro and the unknown whereabouts of our kasama, Chantal.